Hi, everyone, and a belated Happy New Year to you. It's Bobbie LaPorte, back with another week and actually another year of Calling the Game. In these videos, I share my own experience and insights while giving you valuable tools you can use to call your own game and plan the best moves for you and your team. So in my final video of 2023, you may recall that I shared the somewhat bleak news that recent employee surveys showing we are experiencing all-time low levels of engagement, hope, and optimism, but also record high stress levels. That's not a great combination. And I know it poses a real challenge for leaders like you, because it's been a tough few years, and you may already be struggling to maintain a positive outlook amidst unrelenting uncertainty. But it's a new year, right? And isn't that generally the time when we all want to have a fresh start and renewed expectations? Well, yes. But look, we have to be honest with ourselves. This environment probably won't change much in the first half of 2024. And you should not assume that your team is returning from the holidays completely refreshed and prepared for the new year. So what can you do to help your team members transition back to work and find some of that elusive hope and optimism in the months and year ahead? Well, I shared several tips in my year-end video. And in the coming weeks, I'll be going into more detail about each one. So my first suggestion in that video was to intentionally foster open communications by being available and approachable for your team right now, next month, all year long. And one way to do this is with regularly scheduled one-on-one meetings with your team members. So make it a priority to keep those, even though I know it can be tempting to skip or cancel them, especially with all the demands of starting a new work year. So let me share an example. One of my longtime clients makes his one-on-one meetings with his team an absolute ritual. Something extraordinary has to happen for him to cancel. And those meetings are not meant to cover updates on their work unless there's some major stumbling block that they need help with. Those meetings are personal. They talk about the goals they're working on, successes they're having, things they'd like to work on to leverage what they do well, and sometimes what's happening in their personal lives. And over the years, his direct reports have shared with me that these meetings are the highlight of their work week. And most recently, my client has been very intentional about making sure these standing meetings do take place, so he understands how his team is dealing with these challenging conditions. He knows that time invested in these meetings can provide valuable insights, build trust, and create stronger personal relationships. And the chance to connect on a personal level is so important, especially in today's remote or hybrid work environments. So look, I can't emphasize this strongly enough. Seize the opportunity, make the commitment, give your team something they know they can count on. And that's your time with them. Provide them with the chance to voice any concerns and to know that they have your support. Don't underestimate this simple but very powerful way for your team to stay connected and engaged. All right, that's it for this week, first of the year, Calling the Game video. And if you'd like even more guidance on this practice, you can go to my website and watch the video from September 11th, 2023, that's called Balancing Business Demands with Team Connection. So I hope this helps you and your team members build a little more certainty into 2024. And I also hope you have a great week, and I will see you next week. All right, everyone, take care. Bye-bye.